Presented by MyBlock TV. I'm Sonja Denyse.
I'm Oswald Williams.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. You know, trying to make sure that the hair is good. You know, the jacket and stuff.
We have something in common.
What's that? Besides being black?
Yeah, besides being black. You have an interesting podcast. I want you to tell me about it.
I do. And you know, we do have that in common. I was thinking about that the other day. Random-ish with Sonja. It's like, it's kismet. It's meant to be. You see that? That's a good thing. I like that.
Talk to me a little bit about, I know you do your DJ thing too.
Yeah.
So just take us to the beginning all the way up to the...
All the way up to the now?
To the now.
Well, I've been doing radio. I'm an FM radio personality. And I've been in the game for, I want to say 18, 19 years, something like that. I started in Kansas, of all crazy places. Hey, Kansas. Wichita at Power 93.9. And I started out on the weekends. And it actually, wait a minute, really backing up, because my whole story was kind of like Cinderella. I was a school bus driver, okay? Okay. I was a school bus driver and a college student. And when we would listen to the radio in the morning, taking the kids around, they would always be like, oh my God, Miss Sonja, you're so funny. You should be on the radio too. And I was like, oh, you guys are cute. One day they dared me, because we would play games. You know, I would play games with the kids and stuff. And they were like, I dare you to go to one of the radio stations or a TV station and just go get a job. And I was like, you guys are crazy. I'm not doing that. But I did.
So at what point did you like fall in love with it? Because you're obviously in love with it now.
I fell in love with it when I was a performer in the 6th grade. Me and this kid, Donald Brown. You kind of look like him a little bit. I was a dancer.
Shout out to Donald Brown.
What's up, Donald Brown?
Okay.
We love Michael and Janet.
Cool peoples?
Mad cool people.
Okay.
We did Janet Jackson. I did Pleasure Principle. He did Control.
Oh.
What? It was, oh my God. Yeah, I fell in love a long time ago.
I had a crazy obsession with Janet Jackson in high school.
When I was younger.
Crush, I won't say obsession, crush.
That was my best compliment. People be like, you look like Penny, you look like Janet.
I see it in the cheekbones a little bit. I got, you know, defined cheekbones.
Thanks.
So you dared to go to this radio station and get a job.
I did.
Obviously had some success with that.
I did. I walked in, and times have changed. I literally walked into the receptionist and said, I don't care what it is, I will wipe their ass and bring them donuts if I can just get an internship. And she was like, you're so crazy, girl. Don't you want a job? And I was like, yeah. And I ended up meeting Tony Dusing. I started in AM radio, with the news stations. Learned a lot about politics. And then moved into sports radio, producing, and then got onto a talk show, Uncanned. Then got onto a hip-hop station, did that, crossed numbers, went to a morning show. After that, I came out here and got into radio as well. Jammin' 107.7, and then I'm currently on 96.7 The Buzz. Alternative rock. Hey.
When you say alternative rock, is that defined like REM? And
yes,
stuff like
REM, Nirvana. You know, I would say a little bit of like garage. Also, I'm like losing names. Foo Fighters. I'm thinking of like the people that I actually like. Stone Temple Pilots.
What
you know.
About Parachute?
Yeah, and the new stuff too. They're even playing Panic at the Disco.
I haven't really got into them a lot, but I see their marketing is crazy. They must be good, because I see them around a lot. And
Panic at the Disco has got a lot of. They've got the Hey Ma, Look I Made It. They're very inspirational. There's a lot of Soundgarden is no longer around, but there's a lot of bands that we still play their music though. So all of the basically like the 90s grunge music, and then a lot of today's, because music changes.
So do you guys play like Hoobastank?
Hoobastank? No, isn't that Hoobastank? Wasn't that like a concert?
Wasn't it a group called the guys were they from Canada? I don't know. I guess probably just not alternative rock. But okay, so
I don't know it all.
The podcast was the podcast more or less like I want to be independent now. I want to be more.
Yes. So I kind of left corporate radio 10 years ago. I was working for a station out here in New York, in the old Z100 studios, and they were doing the first streaming station that was going to be a national station, and they were like programming the music for businesses,
Okay.
and they got the Eagles. We did Nike, but it wasn't. Streaming wasn't popular yet. Streaming is just now taking off. You know what I mean? Got into the game too fast. So I started an online station as well, and did that for about 10 years actually, until 2 years ago when the laws started to change, and because streaming was starting to take over, so they got rid of the small people. And it is what it is. So now I'm doing podcasting because yes, it's very independent. It's appointment listening. So it's not, well, excuse me, it's not appointment listening. It's, you know, you can listen whenever you want to, which is something I'm not really used to, because I'm used to it with the radio. If you don't get it, you don't get it, you know? So this is really fun, being able to do it this way.
Okay, that's awesome. So random-ish. So talk to me. What was? Give me an example of something random you guys will talk about.
Okay, so we've talked about being a MILF. Talked about loving men.
And for
This
those
past couple of weeks.
I'm gonna get my DJ Envy on. For those of us that don't know, tell us a little bit about what's a MILF.
So a MILF is a mom that you'd like to fuck.
Okay.
And I had a nice, lovely appreciation story for my 42nd birthday.
Okay.
One of my
Happy
daughters.
belated, by the way.
Thanks,
Okay,
appreciate
okay.
that. So one of my daughter's peoples that she knows from school, like not her friend, but she knows like around, was hitting on me on Instagram, right? And so it was my birthday, and they were like, "Oh my God, you don't even sound 42." And I was like, "Duh, because I'm 17. What's wrong with you?" I was like, matter of fact, one of your little friends is sending me dick pics. Hello, you know. And so it was hilarious. I showed them the pic. She contacted him. Stop calling every mom. You know, it was, and I had to turn that into a podcast, because. What's better than for your 42nd birthday, a 20-year-old freaking hitting on you?
But I don't know, I'm an artist. I don't really like to display my age like that, but you don't look your age at all.
Thank you. I try.
You're doing your thing. You're
Do
doing
my
your
thing. Manifesting beauty.
So other than that,
Hello.
you know, Thanksgiving's coming up. What are you doing?
I'm not sure, because it used to be my favorite holiday. But now I'm like in a whole different zone where all the family is gone, and so I'm kind of like, there's nobody to cook for. Like, what do I do? You know, for the past couple of years, I literally have like driven around. I don't want to go down south twice, because I don't know if this is wrong or not, but I'm not trying to go see the family for both holidays.
So you choose.
I choose, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel that Christmas is more important, you know, so.
Okay. So you're just gonna kind of keep it low key, cook.
Yes,
Okay.
cook a little bit, you know, maybe watch a little TV, maybe, you know, hang out, pull one in there, you know.
The past 2 years, my family been kind of meeting up and going to Georgia.
Really? So do you guys do like a whole big caravan?
Yeah, but the last year was kind of hectic for me. Couldn't
Really?
make it. I had to just do the loner thing, and then this year, it might look like I can't make it, so it's gonna be, you know what I mean? So
We should have a loner Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm in college again sometimes. But you know, sometimes when you're in college and you may have to, you probably get snowed in or something happen where you end up having to stay for Thanksgiving, where you plan too late. So it's kind of that vibe, which I'm used to. So I'm just like, you know what? I might just buy something late, do a little something, and just.
There you go.
You know, it's gonna be a lot of basketball on, you know, stuff, football. So I'll be okay.
You can sports it out.
But you always, only thing that sucks is like I'm used to the leftovers at mama's house, and you can always go there and get your little. But you know, I'll be alright. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'll make it myself.
Oh, you throws down?
Well, see, that's my thing. And so for every Thanksgiving, I would always kick everybody out of the house, because it was my time to show appreciation, because I work a lot and not, you know. So I would, you know, I make the food, and then we
What's
eat.
your best dish?
I love stuffing.
Yeah, you make a good stuffing.
Cornbread stuffing. Did you see me just get lost right now in the
Yeah,
moment?
in the moment of making it and everything.
Thinking about it, chopping it up. Ooh, yeah, it's good.
So we might have to figure something out, man. So you might have to invite me. I might have to invite you.
I'm
I
saying.
might have to figure this out.
And we can just spread the word, dude. It might be a thing that you have to start, because this is, you know, a lot of people are actually alone, and a lot of people are, you know.
End up being a party.
You know what I mean? And you could do it at a party. All single folk. Let's have a big dinner. Potluck.
Well, today's topic, you know, I envision like, okay, Thanksgiving's coming up. Bunch of family gonna be together. There's gonna be a space between the halftime of the football game maybe and just chilling, that this is going to be a topic that I think everybody is going to kind of like, whoa, that was heavy. Because I put a feeler out there on IG the other day, and it was deep. It was deep.
Okay.
So, Random but Relevant, presented by My Block TV. When we come back, we're going to dive right into it. And I think you guys are going to like this one. We'll be right back. Welcome to Random but Relevant, presented by My Block TV. I'm Miles Williams.
And I'm Sonja Denyse. How are you?
I'm good. Did we just do that like this is not...
Dude, this was like, seriously, that was news broadcaster level. That was awesome.
Okay, but we had a talk, brief talk in a production meeting about this. I literally said, I want the dominant voice in this conversation to be Ashley. So I really want, because I put this topic we're talking about. By the way, we're talking relationships, and we're talking about love and relationships, and these different things. So I just threw a filler out there on social media yesterday, and something I noticed is only one female commented. It was the emoji, and the rest was guys. So I said, okay, I have a thorough understanding of what the guy's perspective on this is.
Okay.
So I said, okay, we need to figure out what a female perspective is. Excuse me. So Sonja, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this. I'm gonna pass you my phone and I'm gonna show you this meme.
Okay.
And let's just dive into this topic, okay? We're talking love and relationships, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna dive right into it. I'm gonna give it to you. Read it out loud for the audience, and let's argue. Let's talk, man. Let's debate. Let's figure this out. What do you think?
All right. So the meme: no black man is loved properly unless he got money.
Heavy. I want to say first and foremost, one of the two comments that caught my attention the most. One guy said, shout out to Paul Porter, he said, that's a lie, daddies are loved. But I think that meme was more in the context of relationships and love, not like that kind of love.
Right,
So.
well, wait a second, though. Not trying to be, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't
because
even
I was
that.
like,
Maybe
wait a minute, I'm like, what kind of daddy he talking about?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Okay, anyway.
No, you're right. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, that's true.
That's why you can't be calling, wait, first of all, before we get into that, stop saying daddy, because it's nasty. You see how that little confusion just happened?
Yeah.
That's why you need to not be saying that. All right, okay, enough said about that.
So let me ask you this. In your dating career, have you dated someone that was broken?
Did you see the face? Did you see the?
Did you love them the same way? What made you fall in love with them, and what made you disregard the fact that they were?
So, if we're talking about me,
you.
All right. Okay. So first of all, my mouth. I'm okay. So I might get like a lot of All right, so I'm sorry if I offend some men right now, and I'm sorry if I, offend some people. I don't mean to, but I'm gonna try to say that this is the things that I've experienced, so then that way, you know what I'm saying, I'm not generalizing, okay? All right, but myself, I happen to enjoy a mixture of men. Okay. The reason being is because I see that majority of black men tend to not even know how to date.
Interesting.
It's the come over Netflix and chill. I just met you.
But you want to know something though, just to, I guess, play devil's advocate.
No love.
Let me ask you this. So if a man can invite you on a date and really want to show you like, yo, I want to show you that I can cook for you, I can have a date with you and send you on your way as a man and court you without you thinking that I'm trying to. You don't think.
No.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
No,
because I like to cook.
Not unfortunate.
Man.
You don't invite people over to your house and be cooking for them, sitting on a couch until you in the relationship. Do you understand?
So hold on.
Dag, dope.
I guess, okay,
so
okay,
yes,
I get
the
it, I
meme
get
is
it.
true because if you ain't got no money to take a woman out, you not gonna get the love that she really has to give because you ain't never courted her. Instead, you probably banked her over the head. You know what I mean? Probably got her pregnant or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
So let me ask you something. Courting.
listen, that meme will make me go into a whole bunch of different subjects.
So when you you're okay. You won't date someone that doesn't have money. You couldn't see
Listen, I
yourself.
have. No, I have. You know, so here's the thing, right?
Did you fall in love with him?
I did. I fell in love, and it was, you know, love is going to conquer all until the bills started to be due. You know what I mean? And I needed help, right? And I didn't get that return. You see what I'm saying? That's the other reason why. And it's not that men without money can't get love, but first of all, you know, the relationships between men and women, what I find. Calm it down, girl. Calm it down, girl. What I find absolutely disgusting about a lot of men that are out there, so I'm trying not to generalize, I'll say the men that I have encountered wonderful black men who paid for college, took me on dates, it was wonderful. But I've also, when you try to do the hood love, and again, not everybody, okay? Not trying to generalize. It's just, it seems to happen a lot to a lot of different women, seem to have the same story. I'm just saying.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? Just a little bit. Nobody wants to hate on brothers though, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows that we all have it crazy hard, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's not like, so black women try to be there, you know what I mean? And we know that right now the world does seem to be, except for Obama, does seem to be a little more lenient with black women than black men. So black women try to go out there and do the thing, and they will love a man who's broke. It happens all the time, you know what I mean? But there's a part of me that just wonders, because I can't speak for another woman, but there's a part of me that wonders, does she really love him though? Does she really? Or is she comfortable? Or is she trying to not let him go because she mad that if she does let him go, then all of a sudden he gonna blossom and be with the next one, and he gonna be better.
So she's kind of like, is it more like an investment? If it comes
It's an investment. I feel like a lot of people, whether you black, white, Spanish, or whatever, Asian, I feel like a lot of people are in relationships just because they invested.
Wow. Random but relevant, presented by My Block TV. I'm gonna read you. This was my favorite post. It's by a recording artist. Shout out to Jeffy out of Harlem. This was interesting to me. I'm just gonna, bear with me for a second. I'm just gonna read a portion of it. It really depends on who's doing the loving. My children love me, whether I'm up or down. But it's because I'm in their life very visible. Their life. Now, if you got a good woman, she will know how to love you in the right way, knowing what you go through, and knowing what black males go through. So what caught my attention for me was just the fact that, love. Where does love start? Can you loving me and understanding what I'm going through? So my thing is, if a woman is loving me, and I'm not in a place where I want to be, I would hope it's that love where it's like, okay, he just got out of college. He's paying off a couple loans. I hope it wouldn't be a certain perception of broke or what we're talking about.
No.
That's what made me want to speak on this.
No, because women are multipliers. Like literally, 2 becomes 3 because of us, and you too, but we multiply things, And when you give a woman anything, she tends to make it better, True. So that's
Shout
why.
Shout out to the ladies, too.
Shout out to the ladies. That's why a woman is supposed to be a gift, And so I think that when it comes to the word love, all right, so for a person to get to love, money doesn't necessarily have to be involved, but there has to be a courtship that happens. Gotcha. Because in my opinion, the reason why divorce rates are so high, the reason why people are so unhappy in their relationships is because folks are just jumping into relationships.
That's absolutely true.
They Netflix and chill. Things happen, and now you stuck. You know what I mean? And now you're trying to make it work. I think for people who are actually experiencing love, love is no joke. Love love overcomes all. Love has nothing to do with whether you have money or don't have money, because when there's actual love there, the money's gonna come. You know what I mean? Because love makes you, it inspires you. It's, you know, it's scientifically proven that we are literally made of love, you know? So it brings out the best in you. So when you are talking about, like, can a broke man be loved? Sure, but the reality of it is that we do live in a world where there's a system of things, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that it's a little unfair that even though we have the Me Too movement, and even though women have been fighting for equal rights, and even though we have all of these, you know, independent women who are doing the dang thing, including myself, do not get it twisted. Just because I'm an independent woman and I pay my own bills, my husband is going to still be taking care of the major bills. He's still going to be, you know, treating me
When
because
you say
that's
major bills, elaborate.
rent and car note.
Nah, that's a
Because
fact.
that's how I grew up. My dad took care of the rent, my mom's car note. She paid like the electric bill and paid all the other bills, and, like, you know, bought groceries. You know, he bought groceries too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and then vacations he did. You know what I mean? Like, they had a clear, you know what I'm saying, definition of who's going to do what. He, of course, made more money.
Does that does that damage the relationship?
I mean, don't think so.
Let's say if, you know, that a woman that grew up in a situation like that, and she so happens to fall in love with someone that, you know, probably has some trials and error before he got to a place where he can do that. You know, is she lowering her standards now? Is it that in the back of her mind?
No, I don't think so. I think that as long as a man has ambition, then, you know, any woman is going to go for it. But the reason why I really feel like even a man, the reason why I think men might have a problem with it, and I'm not a man, so I don't actually know, but I would think that a man would have a problem with being broke and being in a relationship, because a man has it in him that he wants to take care of and that he wants to do. And I think that men feel good, just naturally.
Yeah, understood.
Men feel good if they have a goal in mind that they are working towards, you know? So I just think that a lot of the times in those relationships that where men are not where they want to be, I think it psychologically makes them have a lot of issues in their relationships, and that's why they're really fighting, and that's why there's cheating, and that's why there's things going on with men. Listen, I've DJ'd in strip clubs, okay, and all different kinds of men come in there, but men with money, they come in there and they go home. You know what I'm saying? It was the guys that don't have money that come in there and
start
stay
falling.
and falling. You know what I mean?
I get it. I definitely get it.
I feel like when you have money and you're working towards your goals and your achievements, your mind is on a different schedule, and so you're moving in a different direction.
That's a fact.
You know, if you're not achieving your dreams, and that it doesn't matter what your dream is, you know, and if you're not working, it's just my opinion that if you're not working every day, your mind like eats at itself, because we're human and we need to be creative.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
So 2 comments I want to touch on. That's why I was looking at my phone. One was, I'm going to paraphrase, he was saying that it's very broad, the meme, but at the same time, it does seem odd that every time, you know, when my papers get up, or a man's, you know, financial status has risen, he tends to have more of a flock of women. So I personally think that's because it's not a lot of people that look like us getting that bread. It just looks like that. So the average person say, look at all these athletes, look at all, but that's a professional athlete is like, what, 2% of the African American
right?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the other one I would like you to do the honors of reading. This was from, shout out to Kamal Rich out of Besta.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Money don't buy real love, though. Money gets prostitutes, and nowadays most women are sophisticated hoes. That's why child support is a hustle. Getting pregnant by professional athletes, it's all for pussy. It's all for at a price. Real love starts with compatibility, positive energy, and both parties have to have certain levels of happiness for themselves. Then combine them together. These bitter people create fake love turned into broken homes, equal to hurt children, and the shit is deep. I definitely agree with that, you know, because I was just getting ready to go into energy. The reason why it seems like these people are getting all these flocks of girls, because the reality of it is that niggas in the hood be having 5, 6, 7, 10 girls. Why are we acting like only the athletes are doing that?
Yeah, that's true.
If it was only the athletes that were doing that, there wouldn't be so many songs, there wouldn't be so many broken homes,
That's
there
right.
wouldn't be so many girls like feeling the way they do. So it doesn't take athletes, and it really doesn't take anybody to have money to have a whole bunch of hoes.
Yeah.
So
Random but relevant, presented by My Block TV. I mean, you dropping jewels right now, but my thing is, it's like the only thing I thought about it with that topic, it made me want to just bring it back to just love and being in a relationship.
love is awesome. Love is different.
But like, should you, like, let's say you're in a position, you're fresh out of school, and you know what I mean, you got to pay your bills, you got to pay your rent. You know, you're not in a position to really pursue.
That's now.
But I mean, but think about it, like.
So would I
Should you
date a
have
broke
the no?
dude?
My thing is, should you have the discipline? Yeah, that's my question as a man. If you meet the right one, should you have the discipline to say, yo, man, I gotta be able to court her, keep her as a friend in my life until I'm able to be that
Exactly.
person. But is that like realistic? Is that
I think
like,
it is, because I think that
so
when
in
it comes
theory,
to
she's
love,
not the right one.
no, I think that when it comes to love, again, you have to be whole in yourself. Now, I'm getting a little bit off the topic because we're talking about love and relationships, right? So, in my opinion, you cannot even be in real love
Yeah, that's true.
until you're wholly who you are, you know what I mean, and doing what you want to be doing. Once you're there and once you're in alignment, and then you attract, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
have
true.
to. It doesn't have to do with any of that kind of stuff.
What they
If we're
call it,
talking
you
about
don't
love.
have to start at struggle love.
Yeah,
You know
no, that's what I'm saying.
it
All of
can
that is
be- I understand. I
weird.
definitely get it. But yeah, but again, I know I don't want to go. It sound petty, but I should be able to invite a person to dinner.
Sure.
But we don't have to be in a. I think it's nothing wrong. Inviting you to dinner as our first date, nice candle thing and all that, does not have to need the Netflix and chill.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Back it up. I'm sorry, but you was talking about your house, right? See, here we go. See, I was like,
No,
yes,
but
I
again-
was totally all with you. Yes.
So okay,
dinner,
let me ask you this.
Nice.
What if I can create that environment? Like, okay,
Bro.
we go.
It's like what, $50, $60.
She's not going for this
I'm
right
not
here.
going
Nah,
for
nah,
it.
I get it, I
Listen,
get it.
listen. You could go and do the whole like hanging out. You could do that, you know. But again, I just feel like you shouldn't be hanging out at anybody's house until there's been a certain allotted number of dates.
Nah, I get that. I get
You know
it.
what I mean?
Get it.
You need
if you're saying that you're out there to be in a serious monogamous relationship,
Exactly.
These
Like,
should be the steps.
And these
I
need
get
to be
it,
the
I get
steps.
it.
Like you can't, like if you want a girl to really take you seriously, now I can speak for myself. I won't speak for everybody else. Sometimes a woman has needs just the same way dudes do. Okay, so even if we might not, we'll be like, but we go along with it anyway because maybe we don't have nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's a way of, you know, exploring. Because
So
listen, not everybody that you're with is supposed to end up being the end all be all. You're supposed, again, this is why cheating happens. You're supposed to date, and then get into a relationship.
Sure.
Not meet somebody and be like, you the one.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry. I told you, I was like, are you sure
I
you
mean,
want? Are you,
yeah,
I said, are you ready
I'm
for
glad
it?
I'm glad the way it was going because it was so many different. It's so many. You know what I mean? You can go the ratchet angle of that, like with Kamara, and you could really just go a straight line where a lot of people could relate to this. And I think it sounded a little bit more broader and more aggressive than it really was. I think it was worthy of a good conversation.
I think so too. I mean, I think that there needs to be a real good conversation between men and women and expectations of relationships. What is love? You know, what kind of, you know, really just what are the expectations?
Okay.
You know?
Random but relevant, presented by My Block TV. When we come back, we talking love, relationships, and like, you know, a strong foundation, man. We're gonna continue this and then close out, man. Random but relevant, presented by My Block TV. I'm Miles Williams.
Sonja!
I can cook though, yo. I can get money.
Listen, that ain't enough. That's
Welcome back to Random But Relevant, presented by My Block TV. We are talking love and relationships, man. Holiday time coming. Like, how do you handle that? Like,
It's cuffing season.
yeah. How do you handle, like, let's say you in that 1 month or those couple dates you talk about, right? And like, it's cool. Is it appropriate to say, yo, man, why don't you come to mine, come chill with me, or come get a plate? Is that too much? Is that a bit much? Or would that be too much?
I think that's a little too much. I don't know, but some people like to move fast. I guess if you're like,
Well, let me ask you this.
I don't know if you should really
But what
be
if it's more of a like, all right, let me ask you, okay, boom. What if it's like, it's not like you come in and you there where we cutting, you know what I mean? It's one of those
I mean, if
you know
your
how we do
family,
it,
like
you
if
know?
your family is very nonchalant, non-traditional, very cool, you know, I think that that's all right. But I don't think that you should bring random people to freaking holidays. Like, are you serious? Did you?
So let me ask you something. So, okay, from a guy, okay? Let's say a guy, he's dating you. You guys been dating for like maybe 2 months. Dates. You know what I mean?
Dates?
Dates, like serious dates.
Okay, so yeah.
And then let's say it's like a get-together Thanksgiving thing, not like immediate family, like those get-togethers.
Like maybe the brothers and sisters or something. I think that would be cool.
Okay, cool. So
You know
my
what I
thing
mean?
was,
Not the parents.
Is it inappropriate? Let's say be like, you know, yo, come get a plate. Type of, not like
I mean, I think
you're
that-
at the whole event.
I
but
will
it's
say
like-
this. I think that it's appropriate for you to say it. I don't think it's appropriate for you to actually do it.
So what would you do? So at the end of the day,
I'd
you
be like,
think
oh,
he's
thank
reaching?
you.
You
No,
think-
I wouldn't think he's reaching. I think that he was being polite because you should offer the invite. You know, I'm just talking about, in my opinion, for proper like getting it together type things. You know, and how is the family going to be looking at it? You know, your mom, your dad. You're like, you know, if you're doing things like that, you must have always been doing things like that. So it depends on the family. So if the family is really cool, you know, and just non-traditional and just like, hey, whatever, then sure. But if there's a dining room table, if there's like a setting, you know what I mean? If your family like does any of that, you know what I mean? Then don't do that because they have a little bit of tradition going on.
Yeah, okay,
And they probably would rather you bring over a serious girlfriend, you know what I mean? Rather than somebody that you've just been hanging with for 2 months that you think is cool, you know, in case
What
they
if
take
she's about
pictures.
to be a girlfriend? Okay, yeah, I see.
You know what I mean? Because if they
take
take pictures and then it's like, who's this? Who is it? You know, who is this? And you forgot the name 10 years later.
Oh, yeah. And you see, I didn't even think that far. Yeah, that would be.
See, this is what I'm saying. You gotta see. This is what I mean. You gotta think these
Now
things
you got
out.
me thinking. I think I'm in
But you
someone's photo.
Oh, stop it! See, that's crazy.
This is college. Nah, but it was for what
When you're
it's worth,
teenagers.
it was college, but for what it's worth, I considered it a serious relationship.
Oh, did you?
It was it was the worst. All right, let's not even get into that. But yeah, man, I just felt compelled to talk love and relationship because I think in 2020, I think we're just. I hear a lot of F this, F niggas,
It's
F
Wild
this.
Wild West.
But you know what I think? I think a lot of people are acting this way as far as these different types of relationship and these different type of physical relationship. I just think is people can't handle the emotions of a breakup of someone that they had expectation for, they have feelings for. So I just think now people are just rebelling, especially. I just think people are rebelling now against the idea of like breakups are hard, so I'd rather just define a relationship the way I want. You know what I mean? So that's why you start seeing, in my opinion, what I see is a lot of people come out of a relationship and they tolerate it so much.
Yeah.
And then they say they give themselves this fresh start.
Right.
But they have a zero tolerance for the fresh start. I'd be like, yo, what the?
Right.
Am I,
Better not mess up.
Yeah. And it's like, are you really over that last person, or
Right.
is this new you really that healthy? Is what I'm saying.
Well, you know, Charlotte on Sex and the City said that you're supposed to like take half of the time of the relationship. So like if you were in a relationship with someone for a year, you got to be single for 6 months before you can even get into another relationship. You know what I mean? I think that what really is happening is that people maybe are taking that type of an approach, and instead of wanting to dive right into another serious relationship, they're like, well, let's try an open relationship, or let me try to date, or, you know, so that you're still able to have like an intimate relationship with somebody, because one night stands are not going to give you, you know, serious fulfillment. You know what I mean? I mean, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna like, you know, make your heart warm. You know what I mean?
It's so funny because I was trying to do some pre-production. I was reading a journal last night. It was the Anatomy of Love, and it was talking about the brain waves are totally different from
your heart,
from lust and love.
Oh yeah.
So the brain waves are different. So those emotions are different, but it's so funny from the individual's perspective. It feels the same at times because I guess you're psyching yourself in. So it was interesting to me to see that these brain waves are different. You know what I'm saying?
We lie to ourselves, honey.
So scientifically, it's a difference.
Yes.
But in the moment, we don't feel the difference.
Oh no, you do. I think we do. I think we do.
We only feel it when once you feel that disappointment.
I was gonna say, you know,
when you feel disappointed,
you feel it.
I'm
gonna be a little mean. I'm gonna tell you when men feel it. After the nut.
Okay, elaborate on that a little bit.
Okay. I have a lot of male friends.
So you say, okay, let's bring it back a little bit. Let's bring it back.
It's gonna be a whole nother topic.
When we feel it the most, it's like what? So
I feel like men, if that happens, you know what I mean, where it's just like a, you know, I think it's because there's like this buildup, the tension that happens when you're not getting it, and there's like this chase, you know what I mean? And then afterwards, you know, I feel like a man's true feelings doesn't come out. Do you understand?
I get it.
So I feel like men lie to themselves, and women, men and women, we be lying to ourselves, and then after the nut, you're like, ooh.
So when did, so there's no avoiding that? It has to be that process, is what you're saying?
I don't think it has to be that process. I just think that when people are lying to themselves, that's what the process is. Okay. You know what I mean? I think that when you get with somebody, when you meet somebody, when you see somebody across the room and you're like, you know, and you're giving them the, hey, what's up? That's lust all day. You know what I mean? Love comes at a little bit of a, you know, more time of being a little more intimate and spending time with that person. What you're feeling at first, I think that all relationships start out with lust, because how can it not? You have to be attracted to somebody, unless of course it's an arranged marriage, you know, but other than that, you have to be attracted to somebody, right?
So yeah, you're right.
You can't fall in love with somebody you're not attracted to. Unless they got a lot of money.
So there we go. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Random Irrelevant presented by My Block TV. If the truth ain't just come out just now. But I feel you though. But I personally feel like I ain't gonna hold you. Like I understand what you're saying, but it's just hard to hear sometimes because a man naturally wants to provide for someone once he likes them, and put aside even when he just courting her.
Exactly.
You feel better when you can court like that. So I know it's even on another level when you call yourself wanting to get to know somebody, want to be in a relationship, bro. So it takes a real strong person to not let that get to his head, because I think sisters need to understand it's like when you see that guy, you see he has ambition, and you see, okay, in 2 years he gonna be there. I think sometimes sisters forget, like women in general, not just sisters, forget that like he's going through something mentally too. If he truly loves you, he don't want it to be
exactly
like that.
He doesn't want to feel like that, and that's why I think psychologically, you know, women need to understand that when a man, and I personally do think that a lot of women, not all, but I do think that women, not girls, know what a man is going through. That if he can't provide and he can't make you feel good, that he's not feeling like the king that he wants to feel like. You know what I mean?
And
that has nothing to do with us.
the queen that he thinks you are.
Exactly.
He chose you, so.
And that has nothing to do with us. That is upon the man. And men do have an issue. That's actually what I talked about in my podcast, because the rate of suicide for men is skyrocketing. And this is not men that are just, you know, broken down and out. These are men with money and who have power and are living a life that you would be like, why? Why would you even, you know? And it's because of emotions. And it just ties into what you're saying, that if a man is feeling like, you know, trapped, or feeling like, you know, suffocating, or feeling like he can't do because of maybe a history or whatever, that it really plays on a man's psyche. And we as women, since we've, you know, as I like to say, we get beat up every night. And I don't mean by getting hit, you know what I'm saying? But women have to deal with a lot of things.
That's true.
So we are more emotionally strong, and we need to start teaching men how to be emotionally strong. You know what I mean? Because once you have that emotional strength, when you're down and out and things are not great, and you then talk to us, we're on the same page.
True.
So that love is now expanding. You know what I mean? Versus when you're all mad and now you're gone because you don't even know that you don't feel like the man you want to feel like. So you're acting all trying to do things to make yourself feel better, drinking, hanging out with chicks, going all the dang time. You know what I mean? Trying to make yourself feel better, and you don't even know that the reason why you feel this way is because you're not doing what you really want to do.
Absolutely.
And you're not willing to admit that you're not where you want to be. So you go out and do other crazy things, and then you come home and you fight with your girl, and then you think that she don't love you because you don't have no money. And no, she don't love you right now because you don't even love you. And so she's just showing you a reflection of how you really feel.
True that. But I think that whenever, it takes a real different kind of woman, like to be in a relationship like that, and like understand that there's a level of standards that she's probably used to. I think a lot of times the right person can always infiltrate that, if need be, because there's always those moments where it's like, I want to be there for you, baby, I love you, but damn, son over here he flirting hard, and I know he's gonna do.
I don't really think that. Again, I don't think that women. There's a difference between like girls when you're in your 20s, what's important to you, and then women when you're in your 30s, and then when you're 40s. It probably goes a little bit back more towards like the 20s when you're in your 40s and 50s, because by this time you're already doing your own thing. So now you need somebody who's going to really compliment you. You're not really trying to take care of anybody, So I do think that it does shift, you know what I mean, depending on the age group of women that you're talking to. But I think women between, 25, 35 are really primed for love.
Yeah.
But I don't think guys get primed for love until they're in their 40s and 50s.
I say 35, 36.
See, listen, girls, did you hear that?
But pending, I think, it's probably like 30. And I say this like, it may be later if, again, it goes back down to if you're not financially in a position.
I was just about to say that.
But mentally, I think you start looking at the game different at like 35.
Yes,
like,
I think I've actually had men who have literally said to me, you are so awesome and I would love to be with you, but I'm not where I need to be at yet to even be able to think about, you know what I mean? Like, because we all got to be able to get a house. Because a real man, is really thinking about being able to have a home, being able to afford the cars, the health insurance.
That's the bottom line at the end of the day.
So it's not about, women being ratchet. It's just about women really do still want, even in 2019 and 2020 and beyond, women still want the man that they love to take care of them. Not in a daddy kind of way, but to show.
You're the provider of my house.
Yeah, you my man, yo.
I get it. Random but relevant, presented by My Block TV. We took this conversation to the streets. There's an extension to this. So we're gonna go get those clips, and we're gonna come back and we'll talk about it, and we're gonna go from there. But check this out, man. We hit Queensbridge and we hit Harlem up. So
oh wow!
Check this out. Random but relevant. We'll be right back. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. You're beautiful, by the way. I'm gonna ask you a quick question, and I just want you to tell me what you think. No black man is properly loved unless he got money.
I don't really think that's true, because I think there's a lot of people out here that are broke that I've seen out here that come into my work and they're with a girl and they look happy, or they'll even have babies. They'll have like a lot of kids, And if you have a lot of kids, you can't have a lot of money. So I think there's a lot of situations like that, especially down south. Maybe not so much in New York, but definitely down south. New York is like a different kind of
What
thing.
about you personally? How do you feel? Can you see yourself dating a man on his way up?
Yeah, as long as he has like a goal and he's trying to get somewhere, it's fine. But you can't just be like if you work at McDonald's, you have to like want to eventually own a restaurant. You can't just be like, I'm good here forever. So it's not really about money, it's about like motivation. And I think a lot of women equate money with motivation, but it's not always that, like question that.
Thank you. Tapate.
Oh, Nabule, I'm Haitian. Haitian represent.
Yes,
From
yes.
Miami to New York City, that's what's up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Tell me what you think.
Okay.
It's a meme that says no black man is properly loved unless he got money. Do you think that's true?
So I don't think it's true. I just think like love is everywhere. But I know we live in a world that's material is very important. So money is important. But you can get someone that loves you without money because I've been through it. And two, I've been through people that just love me because of my money. You know, I used to work for United Nations as a peacekeeper for 10 years, and I used to get married with a Dominican girl. So that's this girl that just catch me like that and turned me like this because I got money and she took all money and then she left me, you know what I'm saying? And I got some girls too that been with me, I didn't work, and then I got somewhere to sleep, and then she feed me everything. We have our problem, problem that's not come from money or just because I don't work. Like maybe our idea, we don't have the same, you understand? We don't see life like the same way. That's why we cut. But love is everywhere. It's not about money. You can have love without money.
Thank you very much, bro.
You're welcome.
Peace, bro. How you doing? I'm gonna ask you a quick question. I just want to know your comment. I just want to know your reaction. No black man is properly loved unless he got money.
Depending on the female, you know what I'm saying? It's I can't say it's not true because it depends on the type of chick you mess with, but you know, I think you can find a chick that could love you for you. Oh, that's a trick question.
Let me ask you this. All right, fellas. I'm gonna read a meme out to you guys, and you tell me what you think about it. No black man is properly loved unless he got money.
I feel like it's true to an extent. I feel like it depends on the stability that you have. You feel me? I feel like if a lot of black men are stable, then it's a lot of love in the air. There's no love for unstable black men. That's a true fact.
How you doing, bro?
All right.
All right, I'm gonna read out this meme to you. Just tell me what you think. No black man is properly loved unless he got money.
I kind of believe it because when a black man don't really have nothing, it's kind of hard to find love. So you got to learn how to love yourself. So I kind of could agree with that.
Welcome back to Random But Relevant, presented by MyBlock TV. So we just heard from Harlem.
That was heavy. Some interesting stuff. There was a couple perspectives we didn't talk about, and I wanted you to say it, but I'm glad it was out there. So, you know what I mean? Thank you for joining us, man.
For sure. This was really
awesome.
fun. I
gotta come on your podcast.
Yeah, man. Come and hang out.
For those of you that don't know, that's trying to get informed, please tell the world how they can get in contact with you.
Yes, Google also everything I'm doing. SonjaDenyse, a little bit different. Random-ish is my podcast on the major platforms. Also, you can hear me on The Buzz. It's thebuzz967.com. Also, I wrote a book, Manifest Beauty. Yes, that's available on Walmart.com and Amazon.com as well. And I DJ, so you can hire a chick, SonjaDenyse.com.
Awesomeness. That is our show for tonight. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to wish you guys happy holidays. I want to send the best of luck to whoever making the macaroni and cheese for their family. That is a lot of pressure.
That's community. Boy, you better not mess that up. Don't mess that up.
I want to thank you again for joining us, and we will see you again very soon. Stay up, good people.
I'm going to give you a couple if you like. That's Mr. Lucky's Down Home Sweet Potato Pies. I have a Facebook page, Mr. Lucky's Down Home Sweet Potato Pies. I have another Facebook page that's called Mr. Lucky's Down Home Lemonade. And my page is Lucky Earl Wingate. My father sold watermelon, peanut, and all that kind of stuff. And he did that after he retired. He made more money selling watermelon and peanuts than he did working for somebody in a factory